We are deeply honored by your presence.
The honor is mine. Rise, my friends.
In exchange for this blessing, I give you my birthright.
Think you are so mighty now, eh?
Just a common criminal.
My God! My God! Why have you forsaken me?
In the name of Rome! Victory awaits us!
Keep reading. It gets better.
Time! Let the whole earth feel your wrath, my son. We've got next! We've got next! We've got next!
So today's lesson is going to be on how women are to interact with men or their husband. So it's kind of more geared to the women than to the men on this, but it'll be some dealing with the men. We're going to start with Ecclesiasticus 25 verse 1 in the Apocrypha.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 25, verse 1. In three things I was beautified, and stood up beautiful both before God and men, the unity of brethren.
So that's number one. Three things that he's beautified in for God. One is when brothers are unified together, that we're on one accord. We do things together. We move as one unit. That's one thing about the military. We move as one unit. We leave no man behind. Go ahead.
The love of neighbors.
The love of neighbors, your Israelite neighbor. Go ahead.
A man and a wife that agree together.
A man and a wife that agree together. We understand that the man is the head. The wife is to agree with him. It doesn't matter whether he's wrong. She has to agree with him. He's the head. You should have thought about that before you married him. If you didn't want to marry him, if you were going to decide not to agree with him, then you should never have married him. But once you marry and you go in covenant with him, you are now have to obey everything that he says. Go ahead.
Three sorts of men my soul hated, and I am greatly offended at their life. A poor man that is proud.
A poor man that's proud. That's one thing he hates. You have some people who are poor, but they're very proud. They think they know everything. You can't tell them nothing. They're very proud, but they're poor. Go ahead.
A rich man that is a liar.
A rich man that is a liar. You have a lot of rich people who lie a lot. That's how they become rich. Go ahead.
And an old adulterer that doeth.
An old adulterer. You got some old men since they were young. All they do is cheat on their wife, mess around, whatever. Weak-minded. That's what doeth means. Weak-minded and foolish. You got a lot of foolish men. All they do, a lot of them are in the church. They go mess with women in the church and go from house to house, acting like they're praying for people, but they're really out there messing with different people in the congregation. Go ahead.
If thou hast gathered nothing in thy youth, how canst thou find anything in thine age?
Right. If you hadn't gathered anything when you were young, how do you expect when you're old to get something? When you're young, that's when you're supposed to be building. That's when you're supposed to be learning. That's when you're supposed to be growing. That's when you're supposed to be getting a heritage for your kids to pass on. If you aren't doing that when you're young, how you expect to do it when you're old? Go ahead.
Oh, how comely a thing is judgment for gray hairs, and for ancient men to know counsel.
Right. When you're older, getting gray hairs, you should be a wise man by then. You should have been counseling all your life, and by now you should be able to counsel other people. Go ahead.
Oh, how comely is the wisdom of old men, and understanding and counsel to men of honor. Much experience is the crown of old men.
Much experience is the crown of old men. So the older you get, the more experience you get. You know how someone's 15-year-old, they think they know everything. They know everything. And your parents try to tell you, but you just don't have the experience. There's certain things you're just not going to know because you hadn't been out there. Go ahead.
And the fear of God is their glory.
The fear of God is their glory. They fear the Lord in their own old age. They've been keeping the laws all their life, and that's what make them great men. Go ahead.
Verse 7. There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th will I utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children.
A man that has joy of his children. You should have joy of your children. You don't want your kids to be like, I can't wait to leave. That's how some kids are. I can't wait to get out of the house. It says, a man that hath joy of his children. Go ahead.
And he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy.
And he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. It's nothing more wonderful than if you live to see the fall of Esau. If you live to see his fall, go to the bottom, and you to be raised to the top. Go ahead.
Well is him that dwelleth with the wife of understanding.
It's good for a man that dwell with a wife of understanding. She understands she's going to be keeping the laws. The husband's going to be at peace. Go ahead.
And that hath not slipped with his tongue. And that hath not served a man more unworthy than himself.
Right. And that hath not slipped with his tongue. So a lot of times when you have unrighteous women, it'll cause you to go off on them and have a slip of the tongue, say something, curse them out or something like that when you shouldn't do it. So it's very important that you marry and you connect with the right woman so you don't have those issues. You don't have those things you have to fight because of a woman pushing buttons or whatever. A loudmouth woman that talk too much, you got to tell her shut up 50 times. That's not good. Next thing you know, you like, shut up. And it came on out. So it's better to marry a peaceful woman that is a good woman that's doing what she's supposed to do, that loves her husband. That's what you want to marry, and that's the type of woman you want to be as a woman. So you don't cause your husband any grief. Go ahead.
And that hath not served a man unworthy than himself. Well is him that hath found prudence, and he that speaketh in the ears of them that will hear.
Right. Well is him that hath found prudence. Prudence is the ability to use reason to govern and discipline oneself. You want to connect with a disciplined man. Not a man that just do all this. Not a man that jump from this to this. Some men, every 2 seconds, they got a new business idea. They got a new this. Or same thing with women, but men. You don't want someone that jump around too much. They're in a network marketing. And then they jump to this network marketing. Then they jump to this. They've been in 10 network marketing businesses in the last 3 years. Oh, this is going to make me a millionaire. This is going to make me. Nah, It says, discipline oneself and to be careful and judicious in the use of resources. He's wise when it comes to using his resources, money and stuff. Oh, is this a good decision to buy this? Is this a good decision to do this? Should we move now? Should we buy a car now? Should we wait on it? You want a wise man like that. It can also mean being shrewd and magnifying affairs or being cautious about danger or risk. Okay, so you want a prudent man. He's cautious about things. He's going at night and making sure all the doors are locked, the windows are shut, all the blinds are closed so no one can look in the house. Where a lot of times people they just don't care about those things. Go ahead.
Verse 10. Oh, how great is he that findeth wisdom! Yet there is none above him that feareth the Lord.
There's none above him that feareth the Lord. Go ahead.
But the love of the Lord passeth all things for illumination.
Right. You want to be illuminated? Keep the laws. That's going to give you the wisdom. That's going to illuminate. Not the Illuminati. But you want to be illuminated, then you need to keep the laws. Go ahead.
He that holdeth it, whereto shall he be likened?
There's no one that can compare to a wise man. No one is likened to him. No one can sit beside him and be at his level. One that keep the laws. His wisdom is out of the roof. Go ahead.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of his love, and faith is the beginning of cleaving unto him. Give me any plague but the plague of the heart.
It says, give me any plague. He's saying, I'd rather have a plague like leprosy or whatever, but a plague of the heart, meaning a sad heart. Go ahead.
And any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman.
It says, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. He'd rather any type of wickedness than a wickedness of a woman, because if you have a wicked woman, they'll cause you more grief than any other type of wickedness. That's what he said. I'd rather have any type of wickedness than the wickedness of a woman. Go ahead.
Verse 14. And any affliction, but the affliction from them that hate me, and any revenge, but the revenge of enemies. There is no head above the head of the serpent, and there is no wrath above the wrath of an enemy. I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman.
He said he'd rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. There's nothing worse than having a wicked woman in your house and you can't get rid of her. He said, I'd rather be in there with a lion than a wicked woman. That's how terrible a woman that does not listen to her husband is to a man. She's worse than a lion and a serpent. If your husband is not happy and he has to say things to you more than 1 or 2 times, then you are not a righteous woman. That's what we have to realize. A man should not have to say things over and over to a woman. When he gives an order, it should be carried out. That is the problem with our community. We all understand that where it came from, but that's not the point. As an Israelite, we're now changing our ways. The women, you're to submit to your husband in all things. When he tells you to do something, you're to do it. You're not to roll your eyes. You're not to suck your teeth. You're not to roll on the floor. You're not to scream, holler, have a tantrum, nothing like that. You are to carry his orders out and carry it out with no words behind it. Because I've seen women, they always have something to say when it's something to be said. He tell you to do something, there's always something else that has to be said. Well, what about this way? What about that way? What way did I say? Well, I'm just trying to help. I didn't ask you for help. This is the way I want it done. Shut up and just do it. Men don't want to have to talk like that. So it's better just do what he says. Now, if there come a reason for you to have to say something, hey, a car is passing, you get ready to wreck your vehicle, that's the time to say something. Don't be quiet then. Oh, well, you told me to be quiet. You told me you don't want me to talk. So I saw it, but I didn't say anything. See, that's a dumb woman being funny. So you have to be sure when you're marrying a woman, or if you are a woman, that you don't have these characteristics. Go ahead.
Verse 17. The wickedness of a woman changes her face and darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth.
Right. You see a wicked woman, you can see her face. Her facial features just show you that she's a wicked woman. Her countenance, the way she looks. Frown on her face, the rolling of the eyes are not rolling, but you can just look at her and tell automatically this woman is going to be trouble. Go ahead.
Her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth it, shall sigh bitterly.
Right. When that wicked woman doing whatever she's doing and somebody come back to her husband and tell him what she did, all he's going to do is, because he's saying again, oh boy, God. He married a wicked woman. He's going to sigh. Go ahead.
All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman.
It said all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. So there are some very wicked women out there. Your goal is to make sure you don't marry them. Your goal is to make sure that you're not that type of woman, a wicked woman. They have characteristics, their countenance. Okay, go ahead.
Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her.
And let that portion of a sinner, whatever that's owed to her for being a wicked woman, let it fall on her. She want to be wicked. She going to get what she deserves. Go ahead.
As a climbing up a sandy way is to the feet of the aged, so is a wife full of words to a quiet man.
A wife that talk too much to a quiet man is like climbing up a sandy way is to the feet of an aged man. You know how sand is hard to go up. It's like you still stay in one spot. If you ever go on the beach and you walk, and it's kind of hard to walk on sand. It feel like you're just sinking and you're not going nowhere. You can't run as fast in sand. He said that's what it's like when you have a wicked woman. He said that a woman that talk too much. Don't talk too much. Go ahead.
Verse 21. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure. A woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger, impudence, and much reproach.
Right. You have a lot of women that take care of the husband, and they have a lot of anger for having to do that, having to cook, clean, do this thing. Oh boy, I got to do all this. I'm just a slave. What is the need of me? You were put here for a purpose, to be a helpmate to your husband. Everybody have different roles. Men have roles that they have to do. Somebody break in the house, they're the first one to go to the door. They don't say, hey, wife, go over there and take care of this. When some car go down or they have to think they're moving and they need a new place to move to, he's sitting there trying to figure out things. Not the woman. There's things that men do that we do. We don't sit there complaining about it. So the women, there's no need for you to complain. This society has taught you all that you have your own careers. Your life is surrounded around your husband. Your career is just to help the family out. That's what the purpose. If you go out and be a lawyer, doctor, cook, whatever, work at McDonald's, whatever you do, that's to help the family. That's to help your husband's the head. That's to help the family get to the next level which your husband has set forth. That's the purpose of you. It's not this is what I'm supposed to do. What you're supposed to do is whatever your husband wants you to do. That's what you're supposed to do. Go ahead.
Verse 23, a wicked woman abateth the courage, making an heavy countenance and a wounded heart. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress maketh weak hands and feeble knees.
Right. You want to make sure if your husband's going through things that you should be there for his comfort. You shouldn't be there putting him down. He can't find a job. He's been looking for a job. Oh, you worthless. Blah, 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 blah. You can't get a job. Because she got a good job. You shouldn't be like that. It's a difference if a man is not trying to get work, but he's trying to get work and just can't find it. And you sitting there putting him down instead of saying, hey, you're going to find it. You're going to get a job, blah, 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 whatever, whatever. You're supposed to be uplifting your husband. But you have a lot of women that will be putting the husband down because he doesn't have a job. I don't know how long I'm going to be with him. He hadn't had a job for 3 months. What I need him for? He's your husband. You can't leave him, according to scripture. You're married to him. Go ahead.
Of the woman came the beginning of sin.
It said of the woman became the beginning of sin. Sin came into the world because of a woman, okay? Women are very emotional. They do things based off of emotion, a lot of women. And that's how sin came in the world and how they get tricked by men and how women also, how Satan was able to go through the woman to accomplish sin into the world. Went through the woman. Didn't go through the man. Men here on the order, Most High say what? Hey, you're not to eat of this tree. The devil knew he couldn't go to the man. Man, like, hey, I already know what God said. What he do? Went through the woman. Yeah, well, this tree, he just don't want you to know about it. You want to know good from evil if you eat. Oh, really? And he tapped into her emotion. And she went on and did it. Then she went to her husband and got him to do it. That's why you don't want a weak woman. Because sometimes they convince you to do things you shouldn't do. They bat their eyes. You know you shouldn't buy something, but they tell you how much they want and you just go ahead and do it, but you know you shouldn't. That's because women are emotional. It's not always easy to say, no, we're not getting it. That's it. Be quiet. Don't ask me again. Sometimes we'll go ahead and bend when we shouldn't. And it causes problems. Maybe we fall back on rent or something because we listened to her and went on it because we want to make her happy. So you got to be careful and be wise and be a woman to make sure that you don't cause your husband to make bad mistakes. Go ahead.
And through her we all die.
And through her we all now die because of sin coming into the world. Go ahead.
Give the water no passage.
It says give the water no passage. Don't let a woman do whatever she wants to do. Don't give it passage. You see your wife doing something wrong, correct her. I don't care if she did 5 things wrong that day, correct her 5 times. Because if you don't correct her, those sins are going to pile up on each other, and later on down the road when you try to correct them, it's going to be so much. It's going to be a lot of stuff. It's like having a car and you don't take care of the car. It started leaking, the radiator leaking, you don't take care of it. You just keep adding water to it. You got an oil leak, you keep putting oil to it. Spark plugs are bad and you need a tune up. You got all these things, and now all of a sudden, if you had taken care of one at a time, the radiator would have cost you $150 maybe to fix. You could have did it, but you held off. Now you got $150, $200 radiator to fix. You got $200 for this, $300 for this. Now you're up to $9,000 and $1,000. You don't have $1,000. You take care of matters when it presents itself to you. You don't wait, because what the woman's going to say is, you expect me to fix everything at one time? You just named 100 things. How am I supposed to fix all of that? Well, if you told her each time, then it wouldn't be 100. When you saw her and needed it to be corrected, you told her then. Well, I don't want to always be on my wife. I don't want to always have to be saying something she did wrong. Well, you got that choice, or you got the choice of having 100 things that you need to correct, and you're fussing about 100 items, and she's like, you just expect too much of me. You just gave me, you just blot off 100 items that I need to do better. Well, he told her one by one. It's easy to tell her, hey, you need to clean the house better. And then she starts cleaning the house better, and that one turned to 0. And then you tell her the next one that you see, and that turned to 0. That's easier than having 100. You need to clean the house. You need to do this better. Hey, you need to do this with the kids. And she's like, oh, this is just too much. That's why it says, give the water no passage. Go ahead.
Neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad.
Don't let a wicked woman just gad abroad. Just talk all the time and just gad when she's a wicked woman. Don't let her do whatever she want to do. Go ahead.
If she go not as thou wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh, and give her the bill of divorce, and let her go.
Right. What he's saying is, hey, cut her away. She's a wicked woman. If she's not willing to keep the laws and commandments, you don't need to be with her. She want to bring pork in the house. She want to bring Christmas tree. She want to do those things. Valentine's Day, she don't like. She mad at you because you won't give her a Valentine's gift and all that. And everybody else, all the other women getting Valentine's gifts. She go to job, some guy on the job give her some flowers. Now the next thing you know, she's sleeping with that guy because she's just happy that she got a Valentine's gift. Now you got a divorce. Those are things that happen. You got to keep the law. We don't do birthdays. We don't do Christmas. We don't do Thanksgiving. We do high holy days. And we got enough of them, a lot more of them than they have of the wicked days. So it's not like you're losing anything. You're trading. Christmas, which is 1 day, to Hanukkah, that's 8 days. And you can give a gift for every day for 8 days if you want to, or 7 days or 8 days if you wanted to. So you're not trading off anything. You're getting more. But everybody else doing Christmas, don't worry about everybody else. Do you want to make it into the kingdom? That's what you need to worry about. Don't worry about everybody else. Well, my friends at school laugh at me because I got fringes on or I want to know what those things are. So what? You're going to make it into the kingdom and they are not if they don't keep the laws. So don't worry about them. You're going to keep the law. You understand how things are supposed to work. You're not going to have some guy fool you and you have 15 kids and not married to none of them. You're not going to be like that because you're keeping the law and you're learning. Or you can turn and do what they do and be like, I want to be like all my friends and be like them and I want to do that. And you're going to get what they're going to get later on in life. Headache, marrying the wrong man, divorced 3-4 times, 15 different babies. Once you keep the law, it'll teach you how to interact with men how to interact with women. So you don't have all these problems everybody else having in the world. We all been through it. We all made mistakes and did all that, but we're now in the truth now. We ain't supposed to make those mistakes no more. We made them. That's life. Now we move on and we don't make them no more. That's how we are. We've grown. When we were a kid, we were acting like a kid. Now we put away those childish ways. Mess around with a bunch of girls, all this stuff. Don't do it anymore. Now we keep the law. If you're a man and mess around with a bunch of girls, got a bunch of baby mamas out there, we don't do it no more. Once we get in the truth, we learn the way that we do it and we stop it. That's what we do. And same thing with the women. It doesn't matter. Go ahead. We're going to go to Ecclesiasticus 26.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 26, verse 1. Blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be double.
See, it says a virtuous wife, the number of that man's days, that husband's days will be double. You want to double your husband's days. Because if you don't have your husband there, you know how much stuff you're going to have to do. You know you're going to have to take your own car to get it worked on. You're going to have to figure out every problem by yourself. If you got a house, you're going to have to pay the house payment by yourself. You're going to have to raise the kids by yourself. If you realize that, then you should be doing everything you can to try to double your husband's days. You should be doing everything you can. Some people got nice homes, got nice places. They won't be in that place anymore if that husband is not around. So instead of stressing that husband out and causing him to have high blood pressure or this or that and die early, and now you got all kind of problems, be a virtuous woman, a wise woman, and try to double his days. If a man have to yell and raise his voice, you're not a virtuous woman. That's going to be your sign to know if you're a virtuous woman. If the man has to yell or fuss with you, you're not a virtuous woman. Get it out of your mind. If he have to tell you the same thing over and over again, you're not a virtuous woman. He should only have to tell you something one time. The men don't want to hear, I forgot, because you don't forget anything else. When your boss tell you to do something, you don't forget what he tell you to do. Hey, I want this report on my desk by 6 o'clock p.m. I guarantee you have that report on that desk. You don't go to him and say, oh, I forgot that you told me to have it on there by 6 p.m. But all of a sudden with your husband, you can forget. No, we don't accept it. Same way you don't forget it with your boss. We don't want to hear you forgot it with us. When we tell you to do something, that's what you need to do. Or you are not a virtuous woman and you need to work on it. Go ahead.
A virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace.
He shall be at peace. A virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband. He's always happy to be around her. She's always doing things to make him happy. He's at peace all the days of his life. He's not fussing. He's not cussing. He's not rolling his eyes. He's not sighing. He's happy. That's how you know if you're a virtuous woman. And that's how you know if you need to work on stuff. Hey, my husband's not happy. He's peaceful. He's having to tell me to do things 3 and 4 times, whatever. If he's having to do that, then you got to work on being virtuous. When he tell you to do something, you need to go on and do it. You need to jump to it, just like your boss when he tell you to jump to something. Go ahead.
Verse 3. A good wife is a good portion, which shall be given to the portion of them that fear the Lord.
Right, a good wife is going to be given to a man that fears the Lord. Go ahead.
Whether a man be rich or poor, if he have a good heart toward the Lord, he shall at all times rejoice with a cheerful countenance.
Right. He's going to always have a cheerful countenance. Even if he had a wicked woman, he's going to be joyful because of the Most High. That's more important. So you have a lot of men, a lot of times you can see when they're not happy. But when you put the Most High first, you're going to be happy even if you're not happy at your home because you got the Lord. You know where you're going. Your love for the Most High is going to supersede that wicked woman. So, the key is women don't be wicked. Be a joy to your husband. Go ahead.
There be 3 things that mine heart feareth, and for the 4th I was sore afraid. The slander of a city, the gathering together of an unruly multitude, and a false accusation. All these are worse than death. But a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman, and a scourge of the tongue which communicateth with all. An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro.
An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. Go ahead.
He that hath hold of her is as though he held a scorpion.
When you have an evil wife, it's like holding a scorpion. You don't want to be a God calling you a scorpion. That's what a woman that does not submit to her husband, does not do the will of her husband. That's what she is. See, you submit to your husband. The husband submits to Christ. You can't jump. See, women want to jump over the men and say, I can deal with God. God said, no. It's just like on a job. You go, the president said, no. Have you talked to your supervisor? No, you got to go through the chain of command. You just can't jump to me. You're a woman. Women, you're not equal to men. You must go to your husband. You can't jump up to God. That's what women think. Your husband goes to Christ, Christ to God. There's a chain of command. There's order. Go ahead.
Verse 8. A drunken woman and a gatter abroad causeth great anger, and she will not cover her own shame. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids.
Right. You can normally see a haughty woman or a whorish woman. She's going to have the long eyelashes. She's going to have all the lipstick lining her lips all the way around and just overdoing it. There's nothing wrong with doing it in modesty, but some you can tell one. They got the little eyeliner that going all the way to here and all that. You can tell them. And men use that to their advantage. They know, they say they looking like, okay, she's going to be easy. She can play hard to get, but I know she's whorish. Yeah, men aren't dumb. We can look and see. You can play dumb. Oh, yeah, I don't know you that well and everything. Oh, you want my number? Oh, I normally don't give out my number on the first time. And we saying, yeah, whatever, girl. I'm going to give it to you. But I normally don't give it out. We're like, yeah. Give me your number, girl. We already know. This is what we do for a living as men. I mean, just being honest. It's trying to find women. That's what we do all life. That's our number one sport. So we've mastered it. And that's just being honest. We've mastered it. And we also know a woman that is not like that. You can go up in the mall. You can go somewhere. You see a woman. She's dressed nice. You can see how she walks. You can see how maybe she has a head wrap on or whatever. I can't just go up to that girl and say, yo, shorty, you ain't gonna be able to do that to her. She gonna look at you like, excuse me? You look at it, you can see the one that I can go up to her and say it that way. We know. I'm not going to talk to her. It's going to take too long with her. Hey, her, she's going to be fast. Men do that. That's why you want to always carry yourself a certain way. Go ahead.
If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty.
Don't give your daughters too much liberty, or she's going to shame you. You said, if thy daughter be shameless. You got a lot of shameless daughters out there. They wear whatever they want to. They go out, let them go out with their girlfriends all the time, spend the night over their friend's house and all of that. It said, don't do that. She may shame you. You think when they go over there, a lot of times that they're not having guys come over or something, or pretending they're going over the girlfriend's house and the girlfriend covering them for them so they can go over a guy's house or something like that. Not all of them, but you have to be careful. Go ahead.
Verse 11. Watch over an impudent eye, and marvel not if she trespass against thee. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when she hath found a fountain, and drink of every water near her. By every hedge will she sit down, and open her quiver against every arrow. The grace of a wife delighted her husband, and her discretion will fatten his bones.
Right. A graceful wife, a presentable wife, she delighteth her husband, and is fatness to his bones. Go ahead.
A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord.
A what?
A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord.
Not a loud-mouthed woman. A silent and loving woman. Not a loud-mouthed woman that talk back every 2 seconds. No guy wants a loud-mouthed woman. Ain't no man gonna tell me what to do. That's why it's very difficult for our people to get married. We have the lowest marriage rate because men are not accepting that. If you want to get married, learn to be silent and loving, not talking every 2 seconds. Go ahead.
And there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. A shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace.
It said a shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace. You want to be shamefaced and faithful. Go ahead.
And her contingent mind cannot be valued.
You can't even put a value on her mind. Go ahead.
As the sun when it ariseth in the high heaven, so is the beauty of a good wife in the ordering of her house.
When a wife handles her house properly, you can't beat that. She's instructing the kids. She's taking care of her husband. She's respecting her husband. She's making sure all the needs of her husband are taken care of. That is what you call a virtuous wife. Go ahead.
As the clear light is upon the holy candlestick, so is the beauty of the face in ripe age. As the gold pillars are upon the sockets of silver, so are the fair feet with the constant heart. My son, keep the flower of thine age sound, and give not thy strength to strangers.
Don't give your strength to no woman if you're a man. You rule your house. You don't give your power over to a woman. Go ahead.
When thou hast gotten a fruitful possession through all the field, sow it with thine own seed, trusting in the goodness of thy stock. So thy race which thou leavest shall be magnified, having the confidence of their good descent.
Right. Make sure if you're going to sow seed, you have good stock that you sow that seed in. Don't sow it in no wicked woman. Make sure it's a righteous woman that you're sowing seed in. Go ahead.
Verse 22, and harlot shall be accounted as spittle, but a married woman is a tower against death to her husband.
A harlot shall be counted as spit. Because you have a lot of whorish type women. God looked at them as spit. Go ahead.
A wicked woman is given to a portion to a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord.
Right. A godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord. If you're looking for a woman and you do not have yourself together, then you're most likely going to get a wicked woman because you don't know what to look for. That's the purpose of being here, is so you can get yourself right. So if you are single, that you pick a woman that is good. And if you are not good, then you're going to pick a wicked woman. You can say or think that you're going to pick a righteous woman, but you're just not going to do it. The scriptures don't lie because you don't know what to look for. Go ahead.
Verse 24, a dishonest woman contemneth shame, but an honest woman will reverence her husband.
An honest woman, she reverences her husband. She always talking about him, how great he is and everything. Go ahead.
A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog.
A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. There's some women have no shame. They don't know how to act. They wild. They'll say anything. They don't know when to hold their tongue. Go ahead.
But she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. A woman that honoreth her husband shall be just wise of all. But she that dishonoreth him in her pride shall be counted ungodly of all.
Right. A woman that honoreth her husband. We have many women in the scriptures that show you that honor their husband. You had them call their husband Lord in honor of them. You had them bow to kings to show their respect. Go ahead.
A loud crying woman and a scold shall be sought out to drive away the enemies.
It says a loud crying woman and a scold shall be sought out. You want to drive away enemies? Just have a loud mouth woman. Y'all drive away anything. Your husbands, that's why most husbands leave. I can't take her mouth. Learn to be quiet. Learn to say, yes, sir. Yes, my Lord. Learn those key words and you may be okay. Anything else is not good. Go ahead.
Verse 28, there be two things that grieve my heart, and the third maketh me angry. A man of war that suffereth poverty, and men of understanding that are not set by, and one that returneth from righteousness to sin, The Lord prepares such an one for the sword.
Right. Go ahead.
A merchant shall hardly keep himself from doing wrong, and a huckster shall not be freed from sin.
Let's go to 1 Corinthians 11, verse 2.
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 2. Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things, and keep the ordinances as I deliver them to you.
So he's saying, you keep these ordinances that I deliver to you from Christ. Go ahead.
But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ,
The head of every man is Christ. We have somebody we have to submit to. Go ahead.
and the head of the woman is the man,
And women have somebody they have to submit to, which is the man.
and the head of Christ is God.
And Christ even has somebody he has to submit to, which is God.
Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head.
Why does the man having his head covered dishonor his head? Because we men are made in the image of God, and we must let our glory shine. You all are made in the image of man, so you must keep your head covered in respect of having a covering over you, which is your husband. We're not the same. The man is made in the image of God. We are gods, and we must let our light shine. You all are not gods. You all were taken from man. So you must cover your head to show respect for your head and show that you do have a covering over you, which is your husband. Go ahead.
Verse 5. But every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head uncovered dishonoreth her head, for that is even all one as if she were shaving.
Right. So she can't have her head uncovered because she dishonors her husband because she is beneath him and he is her covering. And that's showing the world that I have a covering. The man doesn't have a covering. We are gods. We're going to Genesis 3, verse 13.
Genesis chapter 3, verse 13. And the Lord God said unto the woman, What is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, The serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. And the Lord God said unto the serpent, Because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and the dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed, and it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception.
He said, I will greatly multiply because of women bringing sin into the world. He said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and conception. So when you have babies, you got labor pains. All of that is because of you all causing sin to come into this world. Go ahead.
In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband.
Your desire, because of what you all have done, your desire is going to be to your husband.
And he shall rule over thee.
And he shall rule over thee. You won't be equal. He will rule over you. Well, that's not very nice. It doesn't matter what's called nice. You either keep what the Most High said and you be joyful in it, that God created you, and he's allowed you to be ruled over. He could have made you a cow. He could have made you a dog. He could have made you an Edomite. So be happy that you're an Israelite, even if you're a woman and you have somebody that has to rule over you. I'm not upset that I have Christ to rule over me. I'm not mad. Man, I got to do everything Christ tell me to do. Man, I don't like this. I don't get upset. Hey, Christ, what'd you say? This is a high holy day. We got to keep it. Okay, thank you, Christ. That's what I say. And the same thing the women should be saying to their husband when they tell them to do things. Hey, you need to clean the house. Yes, my Lord. And they should be smiling and happy. Hey, I'm hungry. I need something to eat. Okay, my Lord. And they should be happy and doing it. I'm making the Most High happy by doing what he tell me to do. So I'm happy. You shouldn't be sad. Oh, man, I feel like I'm just a slave. I'm just a maid here. Nah, you should be happy. You love the Lord because you're making them happy. And your happiness should come from making them happy. My happiness comes from keeping this Sabbath. He told me to keep the Sabbath day holy. I keep it holy. I'm happy. I don't sit and say, oh, man, I got to do another Sabbath. I got to put a lesson together. Oh, God. Da, da, da. I don't do that. I'll be like, oh, yes. What? You say keep the Sabbath day holy? Okay. What? We have a Passover coming? We got to have a lamb? Okay. I don't sit there and say, oh, man, I don't have a lamb, man. I'm just going to get me some lamb chops. I don't really feel like going through all that. You got to go find a lamb and do all that, Lord. That's how a lot of women are when it comes to their husband and things that the husband tell them to do. Oh, man, I feel like I'm just a slave here. I just feel like I got to do this and do that. And like, you don't understand. I don't never tell Lord, you don't understand, Lord, I got a job. I work 10 hours a day on my job, 12 hours, and you still want me to do this feast day. You want me to do this, Lord. I don't do that. And the woman shouldn't be doing that when it comes to things her husband say. It should be that, yes, Lord, and happy. Just like I'm happy when the Lord tell me to do something. Oh man, we got 3 feast days in 1 week. Oh man, oh God. I don't say that to Christ. I say, what, Lord, 3 feast days? It's okay. What day is it on? Okay, this day, and this day. Okay, good. I can't work. Oh man, I ain't gonna be able to make money this day. Oh man, that's gonna load my money in my pocket. I don't say nothing to that. I say, listen, I guess he'll provide. If I miss these 3 days, I guess he'll gonna give me the money back somehow. He never will let me be without. So I got through faith. I'm gonna go ahead and take these days off. See, that's if you love the Most High. Okay, we're going to Numbers 30.
Numbers chapter 30, verse 1. And Moses spake unto the heads of the tribes concerning the children of Israel, saying, This is the thing which the Lord hath commanded.
So Moses spoke to the head of the tribes, so all 12 tribes, and said, This is what the Lord has commanded. Go ahead.
If a man vow a vow unto the Lord, or swear an oath to bind his soul with the bond, he shall not break his word. He shall do according to all that proceedeth out of his mouth.
When you have a bond, when you say something, that's an oath to God as a man. You can't break it. You wonder why things happen? If you say you're going to be here at a certain time, you need to be there. You say you're going to call somebody, you need to call them. If you say you're going to do this or whatever you tell somebody, don't say it if you're not going to do it. Because you just broke an oath. You just broke a bond. I'm going to pick you up at 4 o'clock. You go there, the person's not there. They just broke a bond. You just broke an oath. You had somebody go out their way, drive 30, 45 minutes out their way for you not to be there, spending their money, their gas, their time, that they don't really necessarily want to drive 45 minutes, and they got to drive 45 minutes back, and you, oh, okay, yeah, it just happens, that's the way it is. No respect. When somebody helping you, you need to make sure you follow through with whatever you say. They're helping you. You're not helping them. Don't be so nonchalant about when someone is helping you. You tell me you're going to be there at 3 o'clock or that you're going to pick them up at 3, you make sure you be there at 3 or early. If you tell somebody to pick you up at 3, you make sure you're there and ready. I fell asleep. That ain't a good answer. I ain't feel like it. That ain't a good answer. I drove 30 minutes away. I don't want to hear that, Negro. That ain't a good enough answer. Go ahead.
If a woman also vow a vow unto the Lord, and bind herself by a bond, being her father's house in her youth, and her father hear her vow, and her bond wherewith she bound her soul, and her father shall hold his peace at her, then all her vows shall stand, and every bond wherewith she had bound her soul shall stand.
So it says if a woman is in her father's house, she's single, she's in her father's house, and she says a bond and her father hear it, and he doesn't say anything, then that bond is she's bound to her soul. Whatever she said, good or bad, is going to happen. She's going to be chastised for what she said. See, when you're in your father's house, your father is your head. He has the power to disavow a prayer that you say or a bond that you make. He can cease it from existing. That's how much power the man has over his daughters. Say, Father, don't listen to what she say. It's like a boss that has power over someone under them. Go ahead.
Verse 5. But if her father disallow her in the day that he heareth, not any of her vows or of her bonds wherewith she has bound her soul shall stand. And the Lord shall forgive her because her father disallowed her.
See, her father disallowed her. You heard your daughter, your whatever, say something that wasn't right, and you said something to the Most High to not accept it, then your daughter is now forgiven. But if you don't say nothing, then whatever your daughter say stands. Go ahead.
Verse 6. And if she had an husband, when she vowed or uttered out of her lips, wherewith she bound her soul, and her husband heard it, and held his peace in her day that he heard it, then her vow shall stand, and her bonds wherewith she bound her soul shall stand.
Now, if she's married, if it's a married woman, and she says something that's not right, and the husband hears it, and he doesn't say anything, then whatever she said binds her soul. Go ahead.
But if her husband disallowed her on the day that he hath heard it, then he shall make her vow which she vowed, and that she uttered with her lips, wherewith she bound her soul, of none effect. And the Lord shall forgive her.
See? The husband has the power to disallow whatever a woman says. You know how women are emotional. I hate him. Lord, I wish you'd kill him. Whatever she may say, something stupid, out of emotion. The husband has the power to disallow that. Or that's going to stick to her. That's going to stand. He has the power to stop it. She can't stop his prayers, but a man can stop his wife's prayers. Men and women aren't equal. That's what you have to get through. That's the power of a man if he knows his position. Wife can say whatever she want to say crazy because of whatever she going through emotional problems or whatever she's going through at that moment. The husband has the power to disallow everything that she said through her emotions. Sometimes women say things and they don't mean it because they're emotional. The husband has the power to stop it. Otherwise, it stands. The woman can't go back. No, the husband has to disallow it. Go ahead.
Verse 9. But every vow of a widow and of her that is divorced, wherewith they have bound their soul, shall stand against her.
See, but if she's a widow, she don't have a husband, or she's divorced, doesn't have a husband, then whatever she says stands. She doesn't have a covering to disallow it. So if she says something stupid, it stands. That's why you want a covering. And if you got a covering, you want to respect that covering because you have someone that has the ability to stop and disallow things that could cause you problems in the future in your prayers or something that you said or you bound together. Go ahead.
And if she vowed in her husband's house, or bound her soul by a bond with an oath, and her husband heard it, and held his peace at her, and disallowed her not, then all her vows shall stand, and every bond wherewith she bound her soul shall stand.
Right, everything's going to stand. Go ahead.
But if her husband hath utterly made them void on the day he heard them, then whatsoever proceeded out of her lips concerning her vows, or concerning the bond of her soul, shall not stand. Her husband hath made them void, and the Lord shall forgive her.
Right, the husband can void a woman's prayer, his wife's prayer. Go ahead.
Every vow and every binding oath to afflict the soul, her husband may establish it, or her husband may make it void.
Her husband got the power to establish every binding oath that afflicts her soul, and he has the power to disallow it or avoid it. That's the power in the man's hand. You all, as women and as men, need to know where your power lies. Go ahead.
But if her husband altogether hold his peace at her from day to day, then he established all her vows.
See, if he hold his peace and he just let it go. You know, it said not to give water passage, meaning don't just let a woman just say whatever she want to say and just let her go abroad just saying whatever she want to say. You got to correct every time. But if you do decide not to, because sometimes men get tired of correcting. And they say, I ain't gonna, whatever she say, she just say, I ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm not worried about it. I'm tired of it. It's been 5 years, 10 years. I've been married and this woman's been talking. Now I'm just tired. Whatever she say, let her, whatever. Okay, go ahead.
Then he established all her vows, or all her bonds, which are upon her. He confirmeth them, because he held his peace at her in the day that he had heard them.
Right, he held his peace. He didn't say anything. He like, man, whatever. You want to wish bad upon yourself or whatever she may have done, I'm just let her wish it upon herself. I don't care no more. Go ahead.
But if he shall in any ways make them void after he hath heard them, then he shall bear her iniquity.
Right, go ahead.
These are the statutes which the Lord commanded Moses, between a man and his wife, between the father and his daughter, being yet in her youth in her father's house.
Right. So this is establishing daughters, widows, the youth in their father's house, the power of the father. Okay? Let's go to 1 Peter 3, verse 5.
1 Peter chapter 3, verse 5. For after this manner in the old time the holy women also, who trusted in God, adorned themselves, being in subjection to their own husbands.
Right, these are women of old time, holy women. It says who trusted God. These are the type of women you want to be if you're not. Only you know if you're not. If you are, then this is just verifying everything you know. If you're not, then be this. It says who trusted God, adorned themselves, being in subjection to their own husband. Meaning, if you're in subjection, you don't talk back. You do what he tells you to do. Go ahead.
Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord.
Called him what?
Calling him Lord.
It says Sarah called her husband Lord. That's why we have the women calling their husbands Lord. Because we are Lord over you. Some women, I don't want to call him Lord. I don't feel right calling no man Lord. You already wicked. Go ahead.
Whose daughters ye are.
See, you are the daughters of Sarah. That's what it's telling you. Whose daughters you are. You are the daughters of Sarah. And the same way Sarah called her husband Lord, you need to be calling your husband Lord. Go ahead.
As long as ye do well, and are not afraid with any amazement. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to the knowledge, giving honor unto the wife, as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered.
Right. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge. What knowledge? The law. Dwell with them according to the law. Giving honor unto the wife by keeping the laws. That's how you honor them. By keeping the laws. You don't honor them by doing what they tell you to do. You honor them by keeping the laws, making sure they have a roof over their head, making sure they have a vehicle to drive, making sure that they are taken care of. That's how you honor them. Not through your mouth. Not through, oh, I love you, you the best woman in the world. All that's beautiful, but you honor them through keeping of God's laws. Go ahead. What we're going to do is, it's just going to be the worldwide English version of the same thing. It's the same 1 Peter 3. Go ahead.
1 Peter chapter 3, verse 1, the Worldwide English translation. Wives, respect and obey your husbands in the same way. And the husbands who do not obey the word of God will want to know God. They will want to know God because their wives live good lives, even though they say nothing about God.
See, and that goes back to Corinthians where it said when they please to dwell. See, they please to dwell. A wife or a husband is pleased to dwell with you, meaning he'll keep the laws and stuff like that. He'll see your actions and then that'll change him. Or vice versa. The husband is keeping the laws. The wife doesn't know the laws or she's not into it. Her watching him keep the laws will change her. Go ahead.
They will see that you live holy lives and respect your husbands. You should not be fine on the outside only. Some women make their hair nice. They wear gold things. They have fine clothes.
So a lot of women look nice. All they care about is their looks. They care more about their looks than keeping the law. Don't let your looks overpower the law. If you have Sabbath, you make sure you're on time. Don't let your looks get you late to Sabbath. Don't let your looks get you late to doing whatever or thinking you all that because you look good. Keep it in check. You can have nice things and look nice. We want you to look nice. Just don't let that supersede keeping the law. Don't let your looks be more important than the law. Because some people care more about looks than they care about keeping the law and submitting to their husbands. They can spend 14 hours dressing, but they can spend 14 hours cleaning the house. So make sure you put more time into keeping the law than your looks. Go ahead.
But you must be fine in your heart, having a heart that is gentle and quiet, that will not wear out, and God thinks it is worth very much. There were holy women long ago who trusted in God. They made themselves nice in this way. They obeyed their husbands.
See, that's how they made themselves nice, by obeying their husband. Don't worry about all that other stuff. That's when you're nice. That's when you got it going on, when you obey your husband. Go ahead.
Sarah obeyed Abraham. She called him her master. You are her children if you do what is right and not afraid of trouble. Husbands, also live with your wife the way you know is right. Respect her because she is a woman. She is not as strong as a man. Also respect her because God has given her, as well as you, the blessing of life. In this way, you will not stop God from doing what you ask him to do.
Give me Ecclesiasticus 36, verse 24.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 36, verse 24. He that getteth the wife, beginning a possession.
It says what?
He that getteth the wife, beginneth a possession.
A possession. Your husband possess you. He owns you. A lot of women don't like to hear that. No matter they own me. I'm my own person. When you get married, you are your husband's possession. If you don't like that, don't get married. Then you don't have to be your husband's possession. But don't marry a man and then act like you're not his possession and talk back to the master. He owns you, just like he owns a car, he owns a house or whatever. Just the same way a house don't talk back, you shouldn't be talking back. You're his possession also. He's not your possession. This is not the Jeffersons when the maid would talk back to George and whatever. This is real life, and no one talks back to the master. Go ahead.
A help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest.
She's supposed to be a help like unto himself, a pillar of rest. He's supposed to be able to rest in you, that you're keeping the laws and you're doing the right thing, that he's just happy. Okay, what we're going to go into now is 1 Samuel 25. 1 Samuel 25 dealt with King Saul was going after David, and some of his soldiers escaped and went to a land. It's a region called Carmel, land belonging to Nabal. There's a guy named Nabal that owned this land. At this time, he had like over 3,000 goats and sheep that they were shearing out there. King David's soldiers were protecting them. So King David wanted compensation from Nabal for protecting Nabal's men while they were shearing those 3,000 sheep and goats. And so he sent some men to Nabal. Nabal disrespected David. David's men went back and told David. David was mad and he was ready to send his men to kill him. And so the wife of Nabal tried to make peace with David so it wouldn't kill her husband. And so this is where we're kind of starting from.
Look at it all. It's magnificent. Every acre, every sheep belongs to me.
Men, I know you are hungry. Send a peaceful message to the owner of this land in my name.
We come in the name of our Lord David to request payment from you, sir. No.
My lord, the man who owns this land has disrespected your request.
This means war.
If it pleases my lord the king, please forgive the foolishness of my husband and let his punishment fall upon me.
Your kindness has surely saved your bloodline, young lady. Go home in peace.
Samuel chapter 25, verse 14. But one of the young men told Abigail, Nabal's wife, saying, Behold, David sent messengers out of the wilderness to salute our master, and he railed on them.
Railed meaning that he went off on them.
But the men were very good unto us, and we were not hurt, neither missed we anything, as long as we were conversant with them when we were in the fields. They were a wall unto us, both by night and day.
He said they were a wall unto us. So those are the servants of Nabal, saying that David's soldiers were like a wall unto us night and day, meaning protection to us. Go ahead.
All the while we were with them, keeping the sheep. Now therefore, know and consider what thou wilt do, for evil is determined against our master and against all his household. For he is such a son of Belial, and a man cannot speak to him. Then Abigail made haste, and took 200 loaves, and 2 bottles of wine, and 5 sheep ready dressed, and 5 measures of parched corn, and 100 clusters of raisins, and 200 cakes of figs, and laid them on asses. And he said unto her servants, Go on before me. Behold, I come after you. But she told not her husband Nabal.
So the wife, Abigail, she knew what was about to happen, and as a wise woman to protect the family and everything, she took it into her hands to go and try to make peace on her husband's behalf. See how I said make peace all the days of his life. He don't even know what she's doing. He doesn't even know that he about to be killed. But the wife took up the helpmate position. He liked to drink, be drunk, and everything. You about to get killed. You messing with David. All right, go ahead.
Verse 20. And it was so, as she rode on the ass, that it came down by the covert of the hill. And behold, David and his men came down against her, and she met them. Now David had said, Surely in vain have I kept all that his fellow hath in the wilderness, so that nothing was missed of all that pertained unto him. And he hath requited me evil for good.
See, he's requited me, he's given me evil for good. I made sure that his men didn't lose anything. They were able to shear the 3,000 goats and sheep and everything. My men protected you all, and that's how he repaid me? Okay, go ahead.
So and more also do God unto the enemies of David. If I leave of all that pertain to him by the morning light, any that pisses against the wall. And when Abigail saw David, she hasted and lighted off her ass and fell before David on her face.
So she got off her donkey. First thing she did is bow to David. But it's showing you the respect that righteous women have for men. And it's showing you what a righteous woman was like. She took care of her household. She obeyed her husband. She tried to make peace for her husband, even though he may have been a wrong party in it. She always got his back. Go ahead.
And bowed herself to the ground.
She bowed herself to the ground to David. David's not her husband. It doesn't matter. He's a man. It's not, oh, I don't bow to nobody unless... No, she was bowing to someone that wasn't her husband. It has nothing to do. They have respect for men as a whole. It had nothing to do that it's my husband, so I bow to him. Women were respectful to all men. Go ahead.
Verse 24. And fell at his feet and said, Upon me, my Lord, upon me let this iniquity be, and let thine handmaid, I pray thee, seek in thine audience and hear the words of thine handmaid.
Right, and he said, and fell at his feet and said, Upon me, my Lord. He called him Lord. That's not her husband. And said, Upon me let this iniquity be. She's saying, let the sin be upon me of what my husband has done. See, a woman is supposed to always protect her husband as well as the husband protecting her. Go ahead.
Let not my lord, I pray thee, regard this man of Belial, even Nabal. For as his name is, so is he. Nabal is his name, and folly is with him.
She's saying folly is with him. He's a foolish man. She's married to him. She knows he's foolish. But regardless of him being foolish, she's a righteous woman. So she's doing what she's supposed to do, regardless of how foolish this man is. Go ahead.
But I, thine handmaid, saw not the young men of my lord, whom thou didst send. Now therefore, my lord, as the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, seeing the Lord hath withholden thee from coming to shed blood, and from avenging thyself with thine own hand, now let thine enemies, and they that seek evil to my lord, be as Nabal. And now this blessing which thine handmaid hath brought unto my lord, let it be given unto the young men that follow my lord. I pray thee, forgive the trespass of thine handmaid, for the Lord will certainly make my lord a sure house, because my lord fighteth the battles of the Lord, and evil hath not been found in thee all thy days.
Yeah, she knows that the stories of David. No, he never sinned, and God is with him. Remember, God loved King David over all. He did do one sin, but that's later. He's never sinned. Go ahead.
Yet a man is risen to pursue thee, to seek thy soul. For the soul of my Lord shall be bound in the bundle of life with the Lord thy God, and the souls of thine enemies. Them shall he sling out, as out of the middle of a sling. And it shall come to pass, when the Lord have done to my Lord according to all the good that he hath spoken concerning thee, and shall have appointed thee ruler over Israel.
Right. She knows that he's going to be ruler over Israel. She knows that her Lord is not right, and know that God will avenge my own husband, but she's still doing the right thing. Go ahead.
Verse 31, that this shall be no grief unto thee, nor offense of heart unto my Lord, either that thou hast shed blood costless, or that my Lord hath avenged himself. But when the Lord shall have dealt well with my Lord, then remember thine handmaid. David said to Abigail, Blessed be the Lord God of Israel, which sent thee this day to meet me. And blessed be thy advice, and blessed be thou, for thou hast kept me this day from coming to shed blood, and from avenging myself from mine own hand. For in very deed, as the Lord God of Israel liveth, which hath kept me back from hurting thee, except thou hadst hasted to come and meet me. Surely there had not been left unto Nabal by the morning light any that pisseth against the wall. So David received of her hand that which she had brought him, and said unto her, Go up in peace to thine house. See, I have hearkened to thy voice, and have accepted thy person.
So because of her being so respectful, bringing the items, talking to him, he changed his mind. See, if women would just be more peaceful, they can get men to change their mind on a lot of things. But when they don't, when they're nasty, a man is going to be stuck in what he say. He's going to be stuck. And this is an example. It's like a woman coming here and bowing before you and being respectful, bringing gifts to you. Say, please don't do this to the... You're more prone to do it. She just bowed to you. She just showed utmost respect. But if she came to you like, hey, you better not touch my husband. You better not do this. That might make me go to war right now just because I hear a woman talking like that. Throw her aside right now and go down to battle. But if she came there humble like that, please don't do it, please. And she came and bowed down to me. It's kind of like, okay, you got to know how to deal with men. Men don't like no loudmouth woman. Y'all think your loud mouth gonna get them to change. He ain't changing because you're loud mouth. He's changing because you came down and bowed down before him. Let's just go on Susanna 1. Susanna was a righteous woman. Okay? And this is the way that women should be. Go ahead.
Susanna, chapter 1, verse 1. There dwelt a man in Babylon called Joachim, and he took a wife whose name was Susanna.
So it says Joachim, you're going to find he was a righteous man. And he took to wife Susanna. Go ahead.
The daughter of Chelcias, a very fair woman.
She was a beautiful woman. Gorgeous. Drop dead gorgeous woman. Go ahead.
And one that feared the Lord.
But guess what? She feared the Lord. She kept the laws. She feared the Lord. Go ahead.
Her parents also were righteous.
See? Her parents were righteous. Go ahead.
And taught their daughter according to the law of Moses.
See, from a baby, she was taught the law of Moses. From an old age, and she was a beautiful woman. Dropped what you would call a 10 or a dime piece. But she kept the laws. Go ahead.
Now Joachim was a great rich man, and had a fair garden joining unto his house. And to him resorted the Jews, because he was more honorable than all others.
He was very honorable, meaning he was more honorable than all, and he was rich. And he married a righteous woman that was brought up righteous by her parents. Go ahead.
The same year were appointed two of the ancients of the people to be judges, such as the Lord spake of, that wickedness came from Babylon from ancient judges, who seemed to govern the people. These kept much at Joachim's house, and all that had any suits in law came unto them. Now when the people departed away at noon, Susanna went into her husband's garden to walk. And the two elders saw her going in every day and walking, so that their lust was inflamed toward her.
Right. They would see her every day go into the garden, or walk in every day and walking in the garden, and she was beautiful. And they would just come there just to see her. That's how nice she looked. Go ahead.
And they perverted their own mind, and turned away their eyes, that they might not look unto heaven, nor remember just judgments.
Yeah, they forgot all about the Bible and keeping the laws and no adultery and all that kind of stuff. They like, man, is she fine? I'm sorry, I forget the Bible, forget everything. This girl is bad. So they just go there just to look at her. Go ahead.
And albeit they were wounded with her love, yet durst not one show another his grief. They were ashamed to declare their lust, that they desired to have to do with her. Yet they watched diligently from day to day to see her.
They watched every day. They just come down to look at her when she go in that garden, just to get an eye look at her. Go ahead.
And the one said to the other, let us now go home, for it is dinner time. So when they were gone out, they parted one from the other. And turning back again, they came to the same place. And after that, they had asked one another the cause. They acknowledged their lust. Then appointed they a time both together when they might find her alone.
Right. So now they kind of plot. So they admitted, yeah, the reason you always catching me here is because I'm looking at her because she's fine. Go ahead.
Verse 15, and it fell out as they watched the fit time. She went in as before with two maids only, and she was desirous to wash herself in the garden, for it was hot. And there was nobody there save the two elders that had hid themselves and watched her.
So you had these two elders watching her. She was taking a bath. Go ahead.
Then she said to her maids, bring me oil and washing balls, and shut the garden doors, that I may wash me. And they did as she bade them, and shut the garden doors, and went out themselves as privy doors to fetch the things that she had commanded them. But they saw not the elders, because they were hid.
Right, but she didn't see the elders because they were hiding to look at her.
Now when the maids were gone forth, the two elders rose up and ran unto her, saying, behold, the garden doors are shut, that no man can see us. We are in love with thee. Therefore consent unto us, and lie with us.
So they wanted to have sex with her. They said, you so fine, I love you. Oh, go ahead.
If thou wilt not, we will bear witness against thee that a young man was with thee. And
he said, if you don't do it, we're going to lie on you. And we're going to say some young man was with you. And you know what happens during that time? You're killed. You're put to death. If you found that you slept with someone outside your husband, you were put to death. And they saying, hey, you don't sleep with us, we're going to tell them that you slept with a young man, and they're going to believe us because we're the elders. And you're going to be put to death. Go ahead.
And therefore thou didst send away thy maids from thee. Then Susanna sighed and said, I am straitened on every side, for if I do this thing, it is death unto me. And if I do it not, I cannot escape your hands.
Right. If I go one way and if I don't sleep with you, I'm going to be put to death. If I do sleep with you, then I'm going to be put in God's hand for sleeping with you and committing adultery against my husband. So it said in 22, then Susanna sighed. It's like, you imagine somebody telling you that, if I don't sleep with these guys, I'm going to be put to death. I'm about to die. So she sighed. Go ahead.
Verse 23, it is better for me to fall into your hands and not do it.
See, he says it's better for me to fall in God's hand and be put to death than to not do it. A lot of women will go ahead and sleep with me. I ain't being put to death. My husband just have to understand. I'd rather you be put to death than to go against your God. Oh, well, it's just sleeping with them. They were going to put me to death. You had an option. You had the option to say no. But because you cared about life more than you care about the commandments, that's why you did it. And I would divorce you. You'd be out of here. I'd rather you be put to death. I know other men may not say that. Other men be like, oh, I'd rather you, just so you live, it's understand that. Now, I'd rather you be put to death. Go ahead.
Than to sin in the sight of the Lord.
Than to sin in the sight of the Lord. Go ahead.
With that, Susanna cried with a loud voice, and the two elders cried out against her. Then ran the one and opened the garden door.
So she started screaming. And the other one started, with a loud voice, and the elders cried out against her. They started screaming too. and ran out. It said, and one ran out the garden door. Go ahead.
So when the servants of the house heard the cry in the garden, they rushed in at the privy door to see what was done unto her. But when the elders had declared their matter, the servants were greatly ashamed, for there was never such a report made of Susanna.
See, there was never a report of this, so they were ashamed. Like, what you saying? And these are elders, so they trust her. You said she was with another man, and y'all saw it, and y'all chased them away, and they were ashamed of Susanna. Go ahead.
And it came to pass the next day, when the people were assembled to her husband Joachim, the two elders came also full of mischievous imagination against Susanna to put her to death, and said before the people, Send forth Susanna, the daughter of Chelcias, Joachim's wife. And so they sent. So she came with her father and mother, her children, and all her kindred.
So she came with backup. She came with her father, her mother, her children, and all her kindred came with her to this trial. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 31. Now Susanna was a very delicate woman, and beauteous to behold. And these wicked men commanded to uncover her face, for she was covered, that they might be filled with her beauty.
Right, she was covered. They say, we need to take the covering off so we can see her face. But they're like, I got to see her face. Still, she was that bad. They didn't want the covering on her face. You don't know how bad this girl is. Y'all got to take this cover off her face just to see her. Go ahead.
Therefore her friends and all that saw her wept. Then the two elders stood up in the midst of the people, and laid their hands upon her head. And she weeping looked toward the heaven, and her heart trusted in the Lord.
See, she still trusted in the Lord. She looked toward heaven. She didn't look toward the lawyer who was defending her. She looked toward heaven. That's her lawyer. A lot of times we always look at secondary things to help us instead of looking to the Lord. Go ahead.
Verse 36. And the elders said, As we walked in the garden alone, this woman came in with two maids and shut the garden doors and sent the maids away. Then a young man who there was hid came unto her and lay with her. And we stood in the corner of the garden, seeing this wickedness, ran unto them.
See, he's lying. He's saying there was some guy there when it was him and the other guy. Lying on, but these are elders, so they're going to trust the elders over anyone. Go ahead.
And when we saw them together, the man we could not hold, for he was stronger than we, and opened the door and leaped out. But having taken this woman, we asked who the young man was, but she would not tell us. These things we do testify. Then the assembly believed them as those that were elders and judges of the people, so they condemned her to death.
They did condemn Susanna to death. Go ahead.
Then Susanna cried out with a loud voice and said, O everlasting God, thou knowest the secrets.
Did she say, hey, lawyer, come on, keep trying to get me off? She spoke to the one over all. And that's how the women have to be. Keep the law, obey your husband, know that he owns you, pray to the Most High for protection, and pray to God to protect you and your family and do the right thing. Just like Susanna. Stop comparing yourself to wicked women on the street and think you're better than them. Everybody's better than them. Compare yourself to Susanna if you want to compare yourself to someone. Because there are a lot of times you have women, they always want to compare themselves to all other women. Don't compare yourself to other women who are three. Compare yourself to a dime piece. Okay? And that dime piece kept the law. She submitted to her husband. She didn't talk back. She was righteous, and she was a dime piece. Go ahead.
Then Susanna cried out with a loud voice and said, O everlasting God, that knowest the secrets, and knowest all things before they be. Thou knowest that they have borne false witness against me, and behold, I must die, whereas I never did such things as these men have maliciously invented against me. And the Lord heard her voice.
See? The Lord heard her voice. Why? Because she keeps the laws. She's a righteous woman that obeys her husband and was brought up in the law, and now the Lord hears her. He doesn't hear wicked women that don't obey their husband, that talk back every 2 minutes, that say, I don't want to hear, and they walk out of the room on you or do whatever they want to do. She's not that woman. She bows. She calls him Lord. She's a righteous woman. And she was married to a righteous man. Go ahead.
Verse 45. Therefore, when she was led to be put to death, the Lord raised up the Holy Spirit of a young youth whose name was Daniel.
Now you got Daniel coming into the picture. You hear the story of Daniel. Go ahead.
Who cried with a loud voice, I am clear from the blood of this woman. Then all the people turned them toward him and said, What mean these words that thou hast spoken? So he standing in the midst of them said, Are ye such fools, ye sons of Israel, that without examination or knowledge of the truth ye have condemned a daughter of Israel? Return again to the place of judgment, for they have borne false witness against her. Wherefore all the people turned again in haste, and the elders said unto him, Come, sit down amongst us, and shew with us, seeing God hath given thee the honor of an elder.
See, they being funny. They say, oh, Daniel, he's a youth now. Hey, oh, so you so smart. Yeah, come sit among the elders since you are elder too. They're being funny to Daniel, but the Spirit of God was on Daniel. They thought they were, oh, yeah, whatever, this young boy, he's going to come and, yeah, he's going to show us. Okay, yeah, come on amongst the elders since you are elder. 16 years old, whatever he was, or whatever age he was. Go ahead.
Verse 51. Then said Daniel unto them, Put these two aside, one far from another, and I will examine them.
He said, put the two guys who said this happened, put them far away from each other, and I'm going to examine both of them. This is a youth, but the Spirit of the Holy Ghost was upon him. Go ahead.
So when they were put asunder one from another, he called one of them and said unto him, O thou art waxen old in wickedness. Now thy sins which thou hast committed aforetime are come to light.
You say your sins that you committed before time is coming to light this day. Go ahead.
For thou hast pronounced false judgment, and hast condemned the innocent, and hast let the guilty go free. Albeit the Lord saith, The innocent and righteous shalt thou not slay.
Say you're going to slay this day the innocent and the righteous. Go ahead.
Now then, if thou hast seen her, tell me, under what tree sawest thou them accompanying together? Who answered, Under a mastic tree.
Okay, so he asked the first one. Okay, what tree did you see them having sex under? And the first one said, the mastic tree. Go ahead.
And Daniel said, Very well, thou hast lied against thine own head. For even now the angel of God hath received the sentence of God to cut thee in two.
Said, I already know you lied. And you're going to get the sentence. You're going to be cut in half. Go ahead.
So he put him aside and commanded to bring the other, and said unto him, O thou seed of Canaan, not of Judah, beauty hath deceived thee, and the lust hath perverted thine heart. Thus have ye dealt with the daughters of Israel, and they for fear accompany with you. But the daughter of Judah would not abide your wickedness.
So you see she was a Judite. Susanna was a Jew from the tribe of Judah. But she wouldn't do what you said. Go ahead.
Now therefore tell me, under what tree didst thou see them accompanying together? Who answered and said, Under an holm tree.
See? So one said under the holm tree, and the other one said a mastic tree. Yep. So they got to be lying. They should have said the same tree. Go ahead.
Verse 59. Then said Daniel unto him, Well, thou hast also lied against thine own head, for the angel of God waiteth with the sword to cut thee in two, that he may destroy you. With that, all the assembly cried out with a loud voice and praised God, who saveth them that trust in him.
See, God saves those that trust in him and keep his laws. Go ahead.
And they arose against the two elders, for Daniel had convicted them of false witness by their own mouth. And according to the law of Moses, they did unto them in such sort that they maliciously intended to do to their neighbor. And they put them to death. Thus the innocent blood was saved the same day. Therefore Chochias and his wife praised God for their daughter Susanna, with Joachim her husband, and all the kindred, because there was no dishonesty found in her. From that day forth was Daniel had in the great reputation in the sight of the people.
See, then Daniel became great. See how when you keep the law and you continue to do, it builds up your reputation within Israel. You don't want to have a bad reputation. You don't want to do things against the law that you think is going to benefit you. Hey, I'm going to break the high holy days because I want to make money, and think some kind of way in the end it's going to benefit you. It's not. Keep the law and God will give you all this money, houses, cars, or whatever. Don't use your lust that calls you to break the law. Susanna said, I'm going to keep the law unto death. And she got the praise. She kept her husband. She didn't die because she kept the law. The key is the keeping of the law unto death. Hey, you're going to get 20 years. All you have to do is denounce your God. I'll have to do the 20 years. I'm not going to denounce my God. Well, I'll denounce him, and then when I leave, I'll undenounce him. No, I'm not denouncing him. And if I have to do 20 years because I'm not going to denounce him, I just have to do 20 years. I don't want to, but I ain't going to denounce my God. See, a lot of people, they do things for their own betterment here. Huh? Do they not?
Yes.
I want to have a nice house. I want to have a nice car, so I work on the weekends, and that'll give it to me and everything. I know that we're not supposed to, but God wouldn't want me broke, blah, 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 blah. Where is that in the Bible? He said, keep my laws perpetually. Never said nothing about under this condition, hey, you need to make a little extra money, then go ahead and work on Saturday because that's going to give you the extra money to get a nice car, a nice house, and everything, and I'm okay with it. There's nowhere in there to say that. I keep the laws. And we keep the laws here. Right. And the women keep the laws. Obey your husband. If you don't have a husband, when you get one, obey him. Or don't marry him. If you're married, too late. You got to obey him, or God's going to get you. Whether he got you now, whether you're okay now, or he ain't did anything yet, so I'm okay to still go off on my husband and not do the right thing because he hadn't chastised me yet. God is long suffering. You don't know when he's going to get you. You could be riding down the road and all of a sudden an 18-wheeler come and crash into you and you didn't even see it. You don't know when he's going to get you. Don't take the chance. Submit to your husband. Obey your husband. Repent if you hadn't been obeying your husband. If you're going to get married, make sure you're willing to obey your husband. If not, don't marry him yet and say, hey, I ain't ready. I know I'm not going to do what he say. Because once you marry, you're in subjection to him. And when you don't do what he say, God's going to get you. Go ahead and close out.
Let's go. Matthew chapter 26, verse 6. When Jesus was in Bethany, in the house of Simon the leper, there came unto him a woman having an alabaster box of very precious ointment, and poured it on his head as he sat at meat. But when the disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, to what purpose was this waste? For this ointment might have been sold for much and given to the poor. When Jesus understood it, he said unto them, why trouble ye the woman? For she hath wrought a good work upon me. For ye have the poor always with you, but me ye have not always. For in that she had poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also that this woman hath done be told for a memorial of her.
And with that we say shalom.
Shalom.